Hey guys and girls, it's Charlie Mack. Hey, what I want to talk to you about today, I'm doing a series on transitioning from street riding to track riding. There's a big difference. And what I want to do is take you on a journey to show you how to ride on the track safely. And we're going to talk about some of the do's and don'ts, because it was a long journey for me, starting at 50, never knowing how to ride a motorcycle, to now. And this is what I want to discuss with you to see if this is something you'll like to do. Because riding on the street, there's so many cars now, if the bike goes down, chances are a car is going to run over you. At least on the racetrack, you have all your gear on, and if you go down, there's an ambulance that will come right out there and scoop you up right away and take you to get care. They even have an air flight helicopter if the accident is that bad, and they'll come extract you and take you right away. So these are some of the things. I'm gonna take you through my whole journey. For me, just learning how to ride a bike at 50 and all the mistakes I made up till now. All right, I got you. Hey, I want to talk about learning how to ride a motorcycle at age 50, taking it from riding on the street to riding on the racetrack. The stupidest, dumbest thing I could have ever did. Putting kind of like your life in your own hands. What happened, to start off, I didn't even know how to get on a motorcycle, didn't know how to start one up, didn't know how to go through the gearbox, didn't know how to downshift, didn't know how to brake, didn't know nothing about a motorcycle. I had a guy working with me. He worked with me on the weekends, and every weekend he'd get in the truck and he'd tell me a story about how they rode all night, all through the night, all over the place. And in the process of riding through the night, okay, you're speeding, doing speeds of 100 or more, and the police started chasing him. He said, man, we barely got away, this and that. So I'm intrigued. He keeps coming back with the same story. I said, hey, I want to run too. Show me how to ride. He said, man, you don't want to do this. So, he has an old bike, lets me come over, show me how to get on the bike. I stall it 100 times, I fall over. Finally, I kind of get the hang of it. I could kind of like go through the parking lot, make a U-turn. Sometimes I fall over, just get back up, start it up, and start again. So I kind of get the hang of it. Now, I want my own bike. So we go down to the local motorcycle shop. They're selling used bikes. So I really don't want a new bike. So I gets me a 2000 Gixxer 750, and so he drops it off at my house. So he says, what I want you to do, I want you to get on it, ride down to the street, leaving in the first gear, make a U-turn, and come back. Well, I kind of like start, on going down the street, and then as I'm ready to make this U-turn, I can't really make the U-turn, and I'm kind of teetering with the bike, but I got the throttle wide open because you're trying to, know how to really handle the bike, and I'm churning. As I'm churning, the throttle's cranking, so I got this thing pent, and it's screaming, and I don't know what to do, but I know not to let the clutch go, or the bike just gonna slide from up underneath of me. So he eases over. He didn't want me to panic, and he hits the kill switch, turns the bike off. I got past that one. So now I need to get a permit and everything to ride this bike on the street so I can get to having fun. So he takes me, put me in the parking lot. We do all these drills, stopping hard, churning fast, and just everything I kind of need to know to ride on the street. So takes me out, and at this point, I just got to learn this. And so don't even have a permit. So we ride on the street, and I'm taking my time and just staying with him. We're not even doing 50 miles an hour, And I'm like, because I'm shook. This new bike, well, what I call new, and I'm maneuvering. And then finally, I get to go take my road test, or the test to get the permit, and I passed that. Now I got the endorsement on my license, so I'm kind of ready to get out there. Well, as soon as I get this permit, my wife says, "Hey, you got your permit," so she said, like, that bike, that's the pussy magnet, so I'm getting on the bike too. So I said, "Look, I just learned how to ride. You want to ride now? You sure? Cause I barely can ride it. Now I got somebody in the back. I'm riding around with this person on the back that I don't even need on the back right now." And so we get to different spots, and I'm already short. So when the bike is sitting at a light or something, and the ground is kind of uneven, guess what? I go to put my foot down, and we both fall off. Look like shit. You know what I'm saying? And now you got to pick this bike back up, and you got to get on it, and then she got to get back on it. Oh, it's terrible. But that's the kind of things you go through. And so my man says, "Look, you got to learn how to ride this bike kind of at speed. We got to get your threshold up. So, because if the police or something start chasing, the person that gets caught, the slow person, he takes all the tickets." So now we on the beltway, and now I'm trying to get my threshold up, and we doing about 70 now. So 70 is my top speed. I said, okay, 70, I can handle that. And so now, as these other seasoned guys get around and more people come around, you're like, oh shit, this is getting intimidating. And they firing out, and my man says, no, you can't chase him. You can't chase him because you're gonna wreck, because they can do things that you can't do. And I said, oh man, because I wanted to run with him. So my man would take me out, and when doing stuff like this, it's best to do it from 9 o'clock to maybe like 1 o'clock in the morning. That's a time where there's not too much traffic, and if you're inexperienced and you have to run, you can run. You can just crack the throttle and just disappear into the night. And slowly but surely, now I can do 100 miles an hour, and I'm not too panicky. And so here again, we get around some group of guys, and everybody starts running faster, and I try to ride with them. I'm up there with them, and I'm running wide everywhere. So at this point, my man said, "Hey, look, we got to dial this thing back because you're gonna hurt yourself." So one day we coming back. We were late at night, 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, mind you, really shouldn't even be on this bike. At 50, and as I said, I got a little better. We're coming back late at night, and I'm almost at my house, but we got to take this kind of flyover bridge that comes across the beltway. It's up really high, and then it drops you back down to another part of this other beltway. So nobody's on the street, nobody's on that bridge. And my man, he says, look what I do, and you do the same thing. He cracks it. He goes up on this bridge. He makes the left-hand turn. Bang, he's gone. And so here I come. I try to do the same thing. And my man say, you got to look where you want to go. Well, I'm trying to come fast like him over the bridge. Guess what? I went to turn. Now the bike is, instead of going to the left, it's easing to the right. And what it does, it's got a jersey wall there. Now, bridge is probably 20 or 30 feet in the air. It's up high. And nothing but concrete and another part of the highway underneath of it. So now I'm trying to go left, but I'm still going right. And that bike went all the way over to the jersey wall, the concrete wall, rode on the bevel for a minute, and it kicked me back out into the street on still on top of the bridge. Now the bike is sliding sideways down the bridge, and I got it pinned full throttle, and only thing I hear is the back tire and the engine just revving. And so I'm steady going down, and I'm literally standing on top of this bike as it's going down the bridge, and I'm too stupid to jump off, and I got a lock on this thing on this bike, and I should have just bailed off. And what happened right after that, the back tire spinning so much that it caught traction, and it high-sided. It threw the back end of the bike up in the air. The front end of the bike is off the ground, and the back end. And then all of a sudden, the front end came down, the back end came down, and I came down the bridge and never fell off the bike. And I didn't tell my man about what happened, because he was down there waiting on me. He's wondering what's taking so long. I didn't even tell him I almost died. I high-sided. And I didn't even know what a high side was. And I didn't tell him for another year, because he would have quit showing me how to ride a motorcycle. And this is some of the stuff that I'm telling you that, hey, you want to try it at 50? Your call. You can try it. But I got some more for you. I got some more stories for you.